just started when my aunt said she was going to this thing called Sakuracon, and my cousin was going, and I wasn't doing anything that weekend, so I said, sure, why not? Came here, never looked back.
How far down the rabbit hole are you?
Say what?
How far down the rabbit hole are you?
Well, let's see. We got Talking Rabbits, Johnny Depp pulling out the Mad Hatter, and a rather bizarre Alice. And we're talking the Battle Armor Alice, so yeah, I'd say I'm at the bottom right now. Right?
Now I got you, you wabbit.
Right.
Yes, I am what they would call a very, very old school anime fan. I actually began watching anime years ago when Showtime had a movie that many of you may have heard of, Galaxy Express 39. And from there it was on to, from there, KPTV Channel 12 in Portland actually showed a then brand spanking new program called Robotech. And of course, KPBX showed Star Blazers, aka Battleship Yamato. And from there it was on to Voltron, only I didn't really know it was anime. I didn't really discover anime, it was anime, and that is until the 93 when I saw Adventures in Japanese Animation. There I saw Robot Carnival, Lensman, and Vampire Hunter D. Then, of course, from there it was on to Toonami and Adult Swim, back when Adult Swim was good, and well, the rest is history.
Okay, so now we got audience, right?
Yeah. Okay, so now we invite our brothers and sisters to share their glorious journey down the path to anime.
There you go.
Thank you, sir.
Come on!
Come on down. Or up.
I'm not that much older.
Okay, we start with length. Awesome. Or?
Go for it. You've already started. All right.
Alright. Go ahead and toss it.
Alright, so I kind of started off going up to this gas station to rent a movie. It's like a couple kilometers from where I live. Picked up this random movie. It was called Glass Unicorn. Didn't really find out until very recently that it was actually animated by the same guy who did Nausicaa. So, yeah, it was animated by Topcraft, who then became Studio Ghibli. And then I never actually got to see Robotech. I think part of my childhood got robbed from me, but I made up with it with Samurai Pizza and all. Yeah, I love that intro. And Sailor Moon, the original Dragon Ball, and the many repeats of Z, while they're still dubbing it, I just got tired of it. I don't think I got into anime really until I actually had internet access because I lived out in the boonies. It was like, the only place that actually rented anime tapes was across the province, and I had no car, and I was like 15, so kind of hard. I think the first two shows I watched were Ray Earth and Evangelion. And how am I still a fan? I don't know, because the last episode of Evangelion is like,
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it. Not particularly too different than what a lot of people do. So here.
Wonderful.
All right, so let's see. First of all, I'm 28. So I'm still a relative youngin' compared to some people. I started watching anime before I knew it was anime. Back in 92, I think. I was little. And I was playing with the TV, and I managed to flip it to a really strange channel. And here's this girl transforming into an outfit, and yeah, I caught my first episode of Sailor Moon, and I had no idea what it was. But, hey, it's Saturday morning, everything else is crap, and I just found a new channel on the TV. So I ended up watching that for a couple of weeks, and then we ended up going to Hastings. But how many here know what Hastings is? Okay, cool. Nobody on the East Coast knows what a Hastings is, by the way. And I'm walking through the store, and I see the same girl on a VHS cover. Oh my God, VHS. And it's in a particular section. Japanese animation. Oh my God, there's more of this? I'm 8 years old. I've just been presented with an entirely new world. What do I cut my teeth on? Probably the most absolutely R-rated anime possible. 3x3i.
Oh
I'm
boy.
8 years old. My mother has no idea what this is. My sister has no idea what this is.
Oh, no.
I'm watching it at 2 a.m. in the morning. Yay for being homeschooled. Granted, I knew adult topics at that point. I grew up on a ranch. I knew bird movies already. However, seeing a guy run over by a truck, lose his head, and then pick back up and put it back on is a little terrifying for an 8-year-old. So I immediately followed that up with the original Final Fantasy Legend of the Crystals movie. I went through all of that. I watched Dragon Ball Z. I watched a lot of anime. I didn't go to my first actual convention until 2000. It wasn't an anime convention. It was a sci-fi convention. I still wasn't an anime character. I got looks. Lots of looks.
What character?
I was actually as Bulma. So here I am, 14 years old, going as the original Bulma from Dragon Ball. There were pants. I was wearing tights. So it was heavy stuff. I then kind of migrated out and migrated back in 2004 because high school, I was a nerd. I went into books because I couldn't tolerate anything else. And I went to my first Sakuracon back in 2004. And of course, I was cross-playing as a gender. I was horribly confused at that time, but it was fun. And there were lots of fun parts. So in the last couple of years, I've migrated over to watching a lot of subbed stuff. And I, at this point, in the last 2 years, really consider myself an anime fan.
No, you fight. No.
Okay, I would probably say my experiences with anime started with Star Blazers, as was shown on the whatever network television was there at the time. But it wasn't really until '95 when Sailor Moon and DBZ came on that Switch collected, yes, this stuff comes from Japan. I pretty much, after that, I pretty much lived by the VHS rentals. And yes, I do remember before the age of 18 seeing Wicked City. Yes. That Spider-Man will live in my nightmares forever. Let's see, my first purchase was VHS Oh My Goddess, the OAV, when Animego still existed.
They're still around.
They are?
They're still around, but they don't license their stuff.
Well, so they're like the 90s media blasters.
They're dormant.
But, yes, and I've been going steady ever since, and I've just updated my anime list. I've just passed 1,000.
Whoa!
Shall we move on to the next question?
I was thinking one more.
Okay. Let's take one more, shall we? Let's take one more, shall we? You.
For once, I'm not actually in cosplay. My main cosplay I do is Edward Elric from
little bit of Alchemist. Started watching anime when I was, again, very little. Sailor Moon, Scooby-Doo. Third season of Digimon, the Tamers. I love that season only. My first anime convention was a senior year in high school. Came here for one day to Sakuracon. I've come here every year since. But my biggest memory was anime. I was given movie 4 from my mother for Christmas one year, and she had said that, and actually wanted me to get into anime because, and I quote, "It is better than you being on the streets doing drugs or anything else."
You think?
In middle school. So what? I don't care. That was before she passed away. And right after she passed, I got getting off of season 3 and movie 3 from my Uncle Gary, which is very awesome. He was very close to my mom. And I have gotten many seasons. I actually met my older brother at Kununeko time. And every year for Kununeko, we do Ed and Andrew. It is epically hilarious. We have probably about over 20 videos on YouTube now with just us acting. And my headband and my necklace were gifts from my cousin. She hand-made these from beads. So yes, needless to say, my anime will be growing still endlessly.
Excellent.
Wonderful.